Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Lunchline Podcast. This is, in fact, the greatest podcast that you never heard. Yeah, man, it's been a minute. This is my first episode back since the loss of my father. I lost my dad back in February. I know it's been a few months. And me and my brother have been, getting through this the best that we can, and the rest of my family, we've been getting through this the best that we can, and it's been, I wouldn't say that it's been rough. It's been different, without being able to, talk to him or, call and check in or just drop in when I'm in town or when I visit. It's been very challenging from that aspect. I really didn't know when I was going to go back, but I knew that I created something or I started something here at the Lunchline Podcast that I didn't want to walk away from. And there were days where I intended on recording. I intended on picking up the mic and talking to you guys, but I would get ready to do it. Then I'd be like, nah, like I just wasn't ready to talk. I felt like I didn't have enough to say. And, I just wanted to take some time away from this, but I absolutely missed this. I missed the Lunchline Podcast and I missed talking to you guys. But my dad is an amazing man. He was a great person. Wonderful uncle, very loving. One thing that I remember my dad talking to me and my brother about, or saying to me and my bro, like every time that I would leave or he would leave, is, be good. And, when you young and coming up, you don't really pay attention to nothing. You're just like, yeah, whatever. All right. But I appreciate my dad reminding me to like, yo, just be good, man. Like be good. Like no matter how old we got, my dad kept telling us the same thing. He'd been telling me that for years, like be good. Telling me and my bro that for years, like be good. And your boys turned out good, Dad. That's really what I want to say. It's like your boys turned out good. And you should be proud because you were there for our entire lives, and I know friends and I got, family, and I know people that have absent fathers in their life. And, my dad wasn't perfect, but he was my dad. You know what I'm saying? And I will always be grateful and thankful for being able to be his son, to experience life with him. Being a dad myself, like I see how much I mean to my boys. You know what I'm saying? Like I really see how much I mean to them. When I look in their eyes and I see the joy or the excitement or, just me, being there, I kind of understand how my dad felt, and I'm thankful that he was willing to step up to the plate. I'm thankful that he chose me and my brother, that he chose us. My dad worked his entire life. My dad was not a stranger to hard work. I seen my dad get up and work. I seen my dad grind. So, a lot of my gifts come from my dad. Like my dad was a master mechanic. Like my grandparents owned a junkyard, or auto parts junkyard coming up. And, my uncle and my uncles worked there. My dad worked there. And over the years, man, my dad, just gained such a skill, man, with just being gifted with his hands. And even though I didn't dabble into the mechanical route, I always had a knack for being able to solve problems, because of, how I see things. And that's one thing that I believe that I get from my dad. Like, anything that needs fixing or repairing, or if something needs to be worked out, even if I haven't done it before, I know that I can do it. And that's just a gift that I have, that I've always been just excited about, because I knew my dad, and I could just be like, yo, my pops he was a genius with his hands. He was a genius at solving problems with any vehicle you could think of. Like, my dad he would know what's up. And I remember, you pull up to my dad's crib. I don't care if you my friend. I don't care if it's you his son. If if my dad not feeling your whip, my dad would let you know, like, man, this car is junk. Like, why in the hell would you buy this damn car? Or if you had a good whip, he would let you know, like, this is a good car. Or, if you had a Ford or whatever, he would just call it like it is, man. It didn't really, it didn't really matter. Like, if my dad wasn't feeling it, he was going to tell you that he wasn't feeling it. And that just was always funny to me. Like, that was always funny to me. Like, or, my friends will roll up and, they would have a question or two, like, why is my car doing that? My dad would be like, oh, this is what you need, or this is what's what. Or, my dad's friends, even once they got up there in age, like my dad's friends, who he's been friends with for years, they would just pull up. And my dad's in his late 50s, he's 60, and his friends would come over and they would have, car questions, and they would just sit out there and just work on whips, man. And, those are some of the things that I'm gonna miss the most, man, is being able to pull up, man, and see my dad crouched over in an engine, like looking at somebody's car parts, trying to figure out what's going on, man. I'm really gonna miss that. I'm gonna miss that a lot. And going up in the junkyard, man, like, you pick up so many little weird, like I love the smell of like junkyard and like gasoline, and like I just love it, like oil. Like, I just always have loved that, like, mechanic smell. Like, every time, like, I'm around, like, some cars being worked on or a garage, like, I'm just, if you people never notice this, I kind of do it to myself, but I'm over there and I just be inhaling, because, like, I just love those fumes, because it always brings back, like, some of the best memories that I had, and, growing up, around an auto parts, a junkyard or whatever, like, you get to just dabble in so many cool things. Like, I'm in random vehicles playing with the radios, and just like, it was my discovery zone. Like, I would just walk around and just dig in cars and just, see what I can find, see what I can dig up. I always had like the coolest bikes, because, dealing in auto parts, bikes just pop up. So my dad would like craft me a bike, or, pull out some pieces or whatever, like, here, make you a bike, or put this tire on there, or I will pop up, or he would have a bike for me, So, man, it was a lot of great times, man. So, I'm so grateful that I had Pawpaw Mitchell is my dad. Grandpa Beep is my dad. Like, yeah, like, I'm blessed, man. I'm really blessed. So I just also want to say, man, that I know Father's Day just recently passed, last month. I know I'm a little late, but happy Father's Day to all you men who are really there for their kids, who are standing tall, who are fighting the good fight, who are doing the best they can. Even though you can't get your kids all of the things that they may want or desire, and as a man or as a father, like, you desire that, like, you want to be able to provide, some really cool things throughout their life, that can create good memories that, they'll be happy with. Like, I remember my dad did this. I remember my dad did that. But one thing you'll understand, is that, your presence or you being there is going to mean a lot. I didn't get everything I wanted as a child. But I had a dad, like I had a dad. I had a dad that I could see. I had a dad that I can go and spend time with, or chill on the weekends, or go stay with for a while, or, I can move in what I want. Like I was grateful for that. So I want you men to know that, what you're doing is not in vain, and it means a lot. It means a lot. It's going to mean a lot to your children. And I just pray that I can mean that much to my boys, and that I can continue to be, I don't know, some sort of encouragement, something that they will want to, they can take from me, and they can build on it. They can be better. I just, like, this parenting thing doesn't really come with like a roadmap. It doesn't come with a blueprint on how to do it. Like, if you have kids, or you're raising children, even if they're not your own or you didn't birth them, it doesn't matter. There's still people who are parents who are stepping in and doing the work. So, as if you have kids or you're raising children, they go through different phases, 8 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4, 7 years. And as they go through these different levels in life, these different phases, as parents, you're kind of learning on the fly. You get advice from stuff here and there, but you're really learning on the fly, because as they age, you're dealing with kind of like a new person. Like, it's like, okay, this is a new phase. This is different. The conversations are different. The interactions are different. So as parents, I kind of see, like, you really don't, you're trying to do the best you can. You're like, okay, this is a good decision. That's a bad decision. Like, this is what you should do. This is what you shouldn't do. How to be straightforward, how to have those difficult conversations. You go through all of these different phases as a parent that you didn't really anticipate, and we're all learning on a fly. So understanding that makes me a little bit more gracious with my parents, because you learning this on the fly. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to make an excuse, because, it's just to say, like, you're learning on the fly, man. And I appreciate, my dad doing the best he could with what he had, So, I just want to give a humongous, like, heavenly shout out to my dad, man. Like, you are going to be dearly missed. I picked up my phone the other day, and, I'm scrolling through, and I saw your name, and I clicked on it, and I thought to, like, call you. And I'm like, so I'm still dealing with, him being gone, and it doesn't feel real a lot of times, but, I'm grateful. I'm thankful, because I do have a blessed life. And, once people pass on, they say, count your blessings, and, to try to make you more mindful that, life is precious, man. Like, it's absolutely precious. And it's not guaranteed forever. We all have an expiration date. We all gonna get up out of here. But we have to make the best with what we have. Like, we got to do the best we can with what we have. We have to do the best we can. We have to repair, these relationships. We have to learn to forgive. We got to try to make amends. We have to spend time with each other and realize that, we really have all we have. We have all we need. Like, we really have all we need. If you're alive and you're well, and you have the opportunity to make a difference, you have the opportunity to change things for yourself, you're living a blessed life. Think about life as an opportunity. You know, like things didn't work out a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, yesterday, whenever. But as long as you're breathing, you have the opportunity to make something better. You have the opportunity to change your future, you know? Like, we got to start appreciating what we have. We have to love ourselves. We have to love our life. We have to love this. We have to love each other. We got to get over ourselves. We got to get over these petty arguments. We got to try to stop doing wrong by people. I'm not saying not make a mistake, but I'm saying we have to stop abusing each other. We have to stop all of this bickering, this nonsense. We got to get back to family and together and to bonding and to real relationships, you know, like it's all precious, man. And it's, you know, it's going to stop one day. Like all of it's going to stop one day. You know, an episode I did a little while ago, you know, when I talked about falling in love with your future and you know, that's highly important, man. It's very important. You know, being able to think bigger than what we're currently going through, you know, like we all going through some stuff, but we got to understand that we got the ability to get through it. You know, we got to we want that happiness. We can get that happiness is an absolute choice. Like we all make the choice to be happy. Like, you know, it's definitely a choice. So forgiveness is a choice. Patching up fractured relationships with family and stuff, like that's all a choice. Like it's all a choice. It's all a choice. And as long as we have life, we have the chance to make things better for ourselves. You know, like we have the opportunity to fix things. So, you know, I mean, if you don't really get nothing else from what I'm saying today, I just want us all to just, you know, learn to appreciate life, learn to appreciate the astronomical blessings that we have, because we really have a lot. We really have a lot. So yeah, that's that, man. That's really that. So I really didn't have like a full script for y'all today. I just wanted to get on here and just, you know, let y'all know that I miss y'all, that the Lunchline Podcast is still here. We ain't gone nowhere. We ain't left, because it's a whole lot of shit that need checking. It's a whole lot of shit that needs straightening. But I just wanted to do just a tribute, man, to my dad. You know, Dad, I love you. I know my bro loves you. We all love you. Your grandkids love you. And I'm going to continue to be good. You know, I'm going to be the best person that I can be, because I know that will make you proud. Me trying to make a difference in this world, in my own life, in the lives of other people, I know that would make you proud. So I can honestly say that I am what I am because of you. You know, a lot of my gifts and a lot of my talents and a lot of the great things that I can do, you know, comes from you. And I hope you're resting very well. You did your time here. I'm going to always miss you. And I hope you see me doing this from where you at. And I hope that this podcast is making you proud. So keep looking out for us, Dad. And your boy is going to keep on making you proud, man. We're going to keep doing our thing down here. So we love you. To all my listeners of the Lunchline Podcast, man, I love y'all. Thank y'all for sticking with me. And we're going to keep on going because, you know, like I said, I got a lot of shit to say, and it's a lot of shit that need to be said. This is the Lunchline Podcast, man. And I'm going to get at y'all next week. Next Friday, 12 p.m. It's the same time. So come on back. because we dropping next week because I got a lot of stuff to share with y'all. Until then, man, y'all be cool. Stay safe. Love your family. Love those that are dear to you. And repair those relationships. All right. Peace.